What's up YouTube, and I'm back again, and today I'm going to be bringing you something a little bit different. Today I'm going to be bringing you a deck discussion, but this deck discussion is going to be on a deck that's not currently out yet. It's not currently at its full potential, but when this deck does reach its full potential and the cards that needed are announced and are released, this deck is definitely going to change the format. It's going to change the whole meta. It's going to change the way people side and play. It's definitely going to be a top contender for decks that will be seen and will be topping in like high premier events, I believe. This deck heavily involves the use of Diamond Direwolf and Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Tiger King. These cards just get this deck going. This deck is absolutely amazing. It has nine main deck outs to Ophion. When you consider being able to go into Diamond Direwolf with just the use of one card, I mean it becomes just so toolbox at that point. You get a minimum of 3 summons pretty much every turn. It's just a circle over and over and over. If you haven't really guessed the deck yet, I'm just going to go ahead and show you and go ahead and tell you, and we're going to go ahead and talk about it. So here we go. It's basically on Fire Kings. Fire Kings were a structure deck that came out probably about a year ago now. The deck really, when it came out, when I first saw it, it included Fire King Avatar YAKSHA, which is one of the cards that we are currently waiting for this deck. But when the deck did come out, it did not include YAKSHA for the TCG, which was unfortunate. The deck played very linear. When the deck first came out, Tenkies, Bears, Tensus, those cards weren't even in the TCG yet, as well as the middle card there, the Fire King Avatar Garunix wasn't even out in the TCG yet. We had just the Barong, the Garunix, the big bird on the right, and then we had Kurin. It's a horse. Kurin is absolutely awful. And we basically had, in my opinion, instead of Bear or instead of Wolfberek, the other card we're waiting for, which I'll go into in a moment, which is Flamvel Firedog. I think that card is just, I'm just going to go ahead and start off with that. I was thinking about this before I made the video, but I think that card is just an absolute horrible choice for this deck. It is such a huge, it's with Bear, it's one thing, but you can clear the way with Tenkies and Tensus, move cards out of the way to attack with Bear and get his effect off. But with Fire Dog, you have to play so different. You have to I feel like you're more obligated to main deck Lances, which I kind of stray away with, but we'll go into that in a moment. But I really feel that that Bear takes the place of that, as well as Wolfberek, Enthusiastic Beastman Wolfberek. For those of you who don't know what he does, basically he's a 4-star Beast Warrior, Fire. He's 1600 attack. I believe I want to say his attack is 1200. Basically you can activate his effects, so he's not just a normal summon. You can Monster Reborn him and stuff, which is crazy because you have all sorts of broken plays with the way he works and all your other fire cards work. Basically he special summons a level 4 Beast Warrior Fire monster from your graveyard in defense. Its effects are negated, which honestly don't even matter, because you can bring back Fire Fist monsters, or you can bring back Fire King monsters, and their effects still get activated because they resolve in the grave. And then if you bring out Fire Kings, it really doesn't matter because you just overlay with them, such as Bear. And if you do decide to play other Fire King cards, which we also will go into later. But basically this deck, through Cosmo Blazer, through what's the last set? Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, sorry, brain fart. Through those sets, we've been getting more support. Such as Fire King Avatar Garunix. Basically what it does, just like all the Fire Kings, when one of your Fire King monsters is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon it from your hand. When it's destroyed, when it's destroyed period while it's in your possession on the field, when it's destroyed in your possession, you get to special summon a Fire King Avatar monster from your deck, which you don't get to bring out the Big Bird Fire King High Avatar Garunix, but you can bring out every other Fire King monster, which would be Garunix and YAKSHA, which creates a lot of plays. You can continually bring out itself if you Before that card came out, the deck didn't really have a turn 0 as well with YAKSHA. Basically, like, this deck is really good at going second. That's like, I feel like that's very strong. It's a good, now it has turn zeros with Garunix. You can set the little bird, let it die, bring out Yaksha, and go off from there. So basically what Yaksha does, also I'm going to leave links in the description below. I'm going to leave links towards Yaksha and Wolfberg so you can get more of a accurate description. Like, I'm telling you what it does, but if you want to read it and comprehend it for your own self, see what the card looks like and everything, identify with the card, I'm going to go ahead and leave links to that. But basically what Fire King Avatar Yaksha does, also, when one of your Fire King monsters is destroyed, Yaksha will special summon from your hand. But when it's destroyed in your possession, just destroyed, so it can be destroyed by battle or destroyed by card effects, just like the little bird, you destroy one of your Fire King monsters in your hand or in your on your side of the field. So with that being said, it solves the problem that the deck has now. With not only the deck is like getting out of its linear state, but it has a problem when you draw the Garunix. You have nothing. It's hard to do something with Garunix when you don't have Yaksha, because Yaksha will destroy the Garunixes that you have in your hand, and it'll create like a play for you. It'll give you a Garunix while you set up for everything else, and just get everything rolling. And then Garunix, when that's destroyed by battle, it'll bring out one from the deck, so you can bring out the little bird and proceed to survive. It's just a big circle. It's just it's really amazing. And also, like I was saying, with the addition of Cosmo Blazer and Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, we also got the Fire Fist monsters, mainly Bear. Bear is absolutely amazing. It's one of your 9 outs to Ophion, basically. 3 Bear, 3 Blaster, and 3 Wolfberek that can get you into Diamond Direwolf or any other card you need to get rid of Ophion, and to thusly get out Garunix, which will become, it's like basically your boss monster. It's no longer your big play that you're going for, but it's one of your big plays, and it's one of the ways that you win in this deck. And it's just to me, it's the equivalent of how people would call the Mermail Atlantean deck fire, like they call it the water deck. I feel like this Fire King, Fire Fistish, Blaster deck is probably just, people will eventually refer to it as fire deck. This deck is just amazing with Blaster as well. Just destroy a card, set up for Barong, or set up for Wolfberek, summon Wolfberek, bring out monster, make Tiger King, bring out Tenki, search for another card, and you +1 off of that, and it's just amazing. Again, that's going second. This deck really flourishes going second, though. It really does. This deck is just, I love it so much. But we are still waiting for the Yakshas and the Wolfbereks. Moving on to some of the spells, this deck has an arsenal of spells at its disposal that just are amazing. First off, the ones that we got in the structure deck, Onslaught of the Fire Kings. It's the first one on the left. Basically, what it does is when you have no monsters on your side of the field, you activate this card. You special summon one fire Wing Beast, or Beast Warrior from your deck. Its effects are negated, and it's destroyed during the end phase. So basically what it's mainly used for, you can use it in other ways. If you get into like a scoreless situation, you only have, like, say you have a Barong, or say you have like a level 4 in this. Like, you can make a rank 4 out of that, like if you don't have Wolfberek, which would be really unfortunate, but it is a play. But your main play to bring this out is the Garunix. It will destroy it during end phase. Sometimes I find myself worrying about their back row, so I'll just not even do anything. I'll just let it die, bring it back during standby, kill their field, +1 or 2 off of it, maybe more. But it's just really potent. Circle of the Fire Kings is one of my favorite cards. It's really combo oriented, but it's really nice. It's similar to Gemini Spark. It's just, you can summon, say you summon Barong and they activate Bottomless. You can activate Circle. It'll target your Barong, and it'll target a fire monster in your grave. It'll destroy the Barong and special summon the fire monster from your grave. So you can destroy your Fire King monsters, trigger their effects, and bring out like Blasters, Bears, Garunix. You can destroy a Garunix to bring out another Garunix if they Bottomless it. All sorts of different stuff. Which if you get that, that's just the loop, and it's over for them at that point. Garunix is just not leaving the field anymore. But one play I do like when Wolfberek does come out. Wolfberek is really nice because you can Wolfberek, bring out Barong, circle the Barong, bring out Bear, like use Bear's effect to destroy a card. Then you can make like a Tiger King, or you can make a Diamond Direwolf, which are the main two I really find myself going to, and which I feel like a lot of people will go into the most. It's either you're going to destroy your cards, destroy their cards in plus, or you're going to search more cards and combo out with Tiger King. But circle is just crazy, and not to mention like the OTK like aspect of it. You can just like attack. It's like not game yet, but then you'll circle, destroy one of your monsters, and then just attack with a big monster for game, like Blaster or Garunix, or even something, just anything to get the game over, and it's just ridiculous. Rekindling is absolutely amazing. This deck, this card is just. It gives it so much. Like, this deck has so many summons every turn. Like you onslaught, bring out big, like this is just like onslaught, big bird. Then you could like rekindling, bring out multiple of your Fire King monsters, and then just make Tiger King. You can Tenki, you can make Diamond Direwolf, destroy cards, and you can activate a second rekindling. This happens so often. Activate second rekindling, make it again. Then you summon a Wolfberg, you make something else. Then you Tensu, something else. Like, you get like a minimum of 3 summons with this deck, like every turn. And with the rekindling, it's just amazing, because like I said, you can set up with like a Yaksha or a bird. Like, Yaksha is like really great, because like say you have Yaksha and Barong. Like, one of my favorite plays, like you have Yaksha Barong and you have Tenki, activate Tenki, search Bear, and then just set the Yaksha, and they're like not gonna know initially what it is. After a while, if more people start playing, the play will be more obvious, but it's still like it's hard to avoid it is the problem. So like Yaksha will get destroyed, you'll destroy Barong. Next standby phase, you'll activate Barong's effect, search your card, and your rekindling is live. Your kindling is so live, it's +1 at that point. Your Wolfbergs are live. Like, it's amazing. Like, you just get everything started so quickly with Yaksha, so quickly with Blaster. Just amazing. And then with the Fire Formation cards, mainly Tenki and Tensu. I don't use any of the other ones. Tenki, obviously, every time I draw Tenki in my hand, I feel like I'm gonna win. I get to search just that second card or whatever card I'm missing, just like perfect my hand. Like, if I have I just always want to have like a Wolfberg, a Bear, and just like any Fire King. Like, mainly Wolfberg and Bear, because then it's like I can just go rank 4 forever with the Wolfbergs, just over and over and over. Make Tiger King, Tensu, Bear, pop, attack, Bear effect, just whatever I need to do. And then Tensu is just amazing, because it gives you like double normal summons every turn. So it's like you can summon Bears, summon Wolfbergs. I put so much emphasis on Wolfbergs. It's so powerful in this deck. He allows you to make like rank 4 so easily. He allows you, like with him and Tensu, he allows you to make like triple rank 4, like Shockmaster, Ouroboros, Heraldry Crest, like really powerful cards. This deck is just, I love it so much. It's just rank 4 like crazy. Garunix big boss, Blaster big boss, awesome. And then for some of the for some of the other spells, like more like typical spells, I do advise running the Trinity for sure. Some number of spaces I really do advise too. I honestly can see running people running lances, because of the fact that people will probably run Fire Dog. I think after a while that will phase out, because it's clunky to run the lances and the Fire Dog. It like takes away from other cards you should be running instead. And one card I do really feel myself like swaying in and out of is Pot of Avarice. It's just so powerful in this deck. I love being able to put back my extra deck cards and my Wolfbergs, so I can just keep going over and over and over and over with those, which is something I really like. But I really highly advise on the Trinity, of course, and at least 2 spaces. Like, I know a lot of people are fading out of space, but I feel like that it's just, I don't think that's the wisest decision right now. I really feel that you should at least run 2, regardless if dragons don't run traps and if blah 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 doesn't run traps and just whatever. I really think that it's wise to at least run 2, because you never know what you're going to play against, and you never know what you're going to need Mystical Space Typhoon to chain against. So anyways, yeah, Avarice seems like really nice in this deck, and it's one that to heavily consider, I think. Some other monsters, I have been talking about the Fire Dog, but some other monsters to consider are the Gorilla, and also the Burner. If anything, if I were to run them, it would be hard for me because I would have to make space for them, but if I were to run them, I'd probably run them at 1, no more than 2, but more than one gorilla, I don't think, and then no more than 2 burner. But burner sounds nice because you also get to set up for WOLFBERECKs and rekindlings as well, and you get to bring out a big beater, which is really nice. That's one thing that I do like about it. But it's not like there'll be times where you have like a burner, another month's like, damn, I really wish this was a blaster so I can just destroy a card. And same with the gorilla, you just wish it was a bear. So that's just things I'm trying to avoid with this deck. I want to cut the meat out, like right when the deck comes out. I want to have my build. I want to have like a good build that'll like bring me wins. I really do feel like this deck is definitely going to be a big contender. A lot of people are going to probably start playing it. I don't know if people because I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and no one's even really heard about it. No one's even really thought about it or whatever. From as far as I know, and I looked around on certain sites and stuff like that. Looked around on YouTube, couldn't find anything. OCG stuff, I couldn't really find much. So we'll just see what happens with this. And then, again, like I was saying, this deck has really powerful rank 4. One thing I do like, you can, like my stroke, black ship instant outs to certain cards through WOLFBERECK, through Tensus and whatnot. And then the almighty Shockmaster. This deck can make Shockmaster like no tomorrow. Ouroboros, Heraldry Crest, whatever you need. It's just crazy. This deck is amazing. Again, I do like just the more fire support, the more great fire support that keeps coming out, the better the better this deck will get. I do really feel that YAKSHA and WOLFBERECK will be announced as TCG or as OCG imports in Judgment of the Light. I think it comes out in a month or so, like a month and a half maybe. So if you want to play this deck like I do what I'm doing and try and pick up bears as quick as possible. I was fortunate enough to pick up this one from a buddy at a local a little over a week ago, so I'm pretty hyped about that. I need to get a couple more of them. Little picky about my cards, so it makes it an issue, but I'll get them. I just need to get them ASAP because I don't want them to be, because like once because I really feel like also Chicken will be announced with that Brotherhood of the Firefist Chicken, which will be when people want to play 3-axis and stuff like that, which will make bears go up. Which will be the unfortunate part for people, because I really feel that WOLFBERECK, maybe not WOLFBERECK, but I really feel like YAKSHA, if it's a holographic card, will kind of stray away from attention. I don't think people will see it initially, and it won't be as hyped like Sombre and Cerceon, but I really feel like YAKSHA will kind of float under the radar. But then at the same time, I keep thinking it might not even be holographic. They might just make it a common as just like the other ones. So only time will tell. I definitely feel like WOLFBERECK will be holographic for sure. I don't see how they would avoid that. Probably both of them will be holographic. They'll probably be supers, just like Cerceon and Sombre. Chicken will probably be a super as well. But again, only time will tell. This deck is just definitely something to worry about, definitely something to think about, maybe possibly invest in like I am. This deck is just great. Outside of the bears and maybe Diamond Direwolf, this deck is fairly cheap, really. I mean, YAKSHA and WOLFBERECK could potentially make it a little more pricey, but in the long run, I really feel like this deck will be worth whatever you put into it. It'll definitely pay you back, whether it's in locals wins, regionals tops or whatever. Like at my locals, we get store credit back. So I mean, I get to essentially make money off. I can buy cards from them. I can buy product from them. So it's that's always a nice plus. But this is the deck I'm definitely investing in right now. I'm putting a lot of effort into getting all the cards for it. Got multiple Diamond Direwolves, multiple Tiger Kings. Just need to get the bears and a couple of generic rank 4s that I don't have, like Cowboy, Emerald, Ouroboros, and I really want a DT Pearl again. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this deck discussion. Hope you really thought about it. I don't know if this is old news to some people, or if this is where has this deck been all my life, or I don't know what the case is, but I really want to hear your guys' opinion. So leave a comment down below, whatever you think. Please just let me know. So with that being said, comment, rate, sub. Please please, I really want to hear feedback. That's what I'm really asking for. I really want feedback. That's what I want, because I really like having discussions with people and hearing how in depth they think about the game and just different stuff like that. I really like that. So if you have anything to say, please say it, positive or negative. I'm willing to debate or whatever you want to do. So that'll be great. Anyways, thanks so much again for watching. I hope you really got some information about this deck, stuff to think about. This deck is so powerful. I just have so much fun with this deck on DN. I can't wait till it comes out. If anyone wants to play this, invest in bears now. They're not going to be any cheaper than this. After, like, once the word gets announced, they're going to just skyrocket back up, and they won't be cheaper than they are now. So I really advise to invest in that. Again, thank you all for watching. Comment, rate, sub, and Doom out.